It is hardly morning and I have started recording a video. In this one, I'm going to tell you how I had been burned by individuals of a certain religious community. Yesterday, a Bhutan named Somitra Sarkar from batch zero 06 chemical department, he sent me a friend request on FB, but I declined that because I knew that he could be working for certain individuals from his community, the particular type of community I just mentioned. He could be working for Sunil Kumar Dhar or maybe Bithirani Munshi, currently known as Bithirani Ghosh. So, like back in the days to 2013, 2014, when he worked for Panjiri and I was also in Panjiri. So I liked him because he was from Borishal division, uh, and my in-laws are also from Borishal division, Chalokati. But and also he was Bhutan, so kind of I had kind of right over him, like in Bangla it's called Dabi, or but I have experienced that this sort of right or Dabi does not apply because the locality applies more. If someone suppose they are rickshaw puller and there's a Tripoli, Buet Tripoli. Okay, he made some success, maybe abroad. Maybe he invented some semiconductor chip, etc. Now, I may claim that I'm proud because of my Bhutan. He's from the same department as me. But in Bangladesh, the situation is that suppose I'm not from the same district as him, but the Tikshapular is. Now, he would be even more proud because it's the locality. That the person, the scholar, and the inventor, the famous one, is from the same locality or district as the Rikshapular. So, apparently, he is more proud than I am. So that's why I liked Soumitra Sarkar back in 2013, 2014, but I didn't approach him that much. The reason of liking, number one, he was a Bhutan 7B. Number two is that he is from Borishal division, my in-laws' house. But I knew that mm, there are other people like Bithirani Munshi. She would be even more proud because she would be. Bithirani was from BM College, so National University College, and definitely from much lower stature than Soumitra Sarkar, but she would be even more proud. Like when I would be saying that Soumitra is Bhutan, and also from my in-laws, Biti would be saying that she's from my religious community, so I am more proud of him than you are. Okay, so that's the reason I did not accept his friend request. The main thing is that I have been bamboozled and burned out by the individuals of his religious community over and over. And every organization or company I go to work, I face someone and they turn on me. Recently, I have figured out why. Although you see, I look like many people, according to many people, I look like a Hindu person, and sometimes people call me, many times people call me Dada, and people see me that way because most strangers, they do not know my name, so they take me that I am a Hindu person. Okay, but those who know or who come to know my name, especially if a Hindu person comes to know my name, it's likely that he will turn on me because I share the first name with Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik is someone who is hated maybe by most Hindu people, mostly Indians. And also Indian government sees him as a enemy number one. That's why They have found an arrest warrant on him. And I don't know where he is residing now, maybe Malaysia or some other country. Okay. So today I'm going to share with you how I had been burned or bamboozled or conned or duped by the individuals of that certain religious community. Okay. Let's talk about first school. Chandranath Devanath was a character, was my classmate in uh, my school, Rampura Kamanasa High School. I'm from SSC, I mean Metric 97 and Intermediate 99. So the Metric or SSC is relevant here, okay. So I had him in class 6, section B. He and in class 7, he possibly, I cannot recall, he possibly took a place uh, like 5th or 7th, etc. I was unable to take a place in the merit list. But when we were promoted to class 8, he took a place once again, and I also, he took a place like 5th or 3rd, etc. I took a place 7th. Later I progressed further, but he became first in the class 9, but where I stood 5th, but I was the only person among me and classmates who got the junior, I mean, scholarship from the government, although it was normal grade, but I was the only one. So later in class 10 and even pre-test and main SSC exam, I all the time progressed, went further up, but he was almost the same, and he got even inferior. What is called like in class 9 he was first, but in class 10 he was probably uh, uh, fifth, fifth possibly. Anyway, so let's not talk about this, how meritorious he was or I was. Let's talk about how he bamboozled me, how he deceived me. Okay, the thing is that he was a Kuwait student, Khulna University of Engineering and Technology, Civil Department, and when they had a trip to Sundarban, they invited us, a few people from Dhaka. I went there. Another friend of ours, the same school friend, Rajiv, Mehdi Hassan Chaudhary, Rajiv, etc. He also joined me. We went there. We lived in their Khan Jahan Ali Hall for maybe 1 or 2 days, and then we went to the trip. Okay, in that trip, okay, and he came up with many things like there are special service available in Kumilla and also in Mymensingh. So whether I would be interested in that. I thought we kept, proposing over and over. So I thought, okay, why not give it a try? So I chose Kumilla, and he had a classmate of his, like maybe from not from his department, but from not classmate, his batchmate, Saddam Hussein or something. He was from Kumilla, so I was referred to him. So I completed that mission. Okay, and what happened that actually now Chandranath Devanath was the person who spread this thing. Like Zakir went to Kumilla to take this special service, and from that moment on, my school classmates they stopped coming to my home. I was talking about maybe Buet, when I was a level 4 student in Buet back in 2004. When I started bodybuilding during the level 3, I noticed that people started to avoid me. But after this incident, okay, uh, all my classmates, the school friends, they totally stopped coming to visit me at my place, my home, where um, my parents lived at Rampura. I also lived there because I partially lived in the student dormitory, Sorarti Hall, and partially lived in there. So when I knew the reason why they were avoiding me, and also Medias and Rajiv, who were previously interested to marry off his sister to me, uh, got his sister married within a very short time. Once I got to their home to visit, I came to know his younger sister Bubli got married to someone from almost the same locality as me, like Kanpur, Lokipur, etc. So they also came to know about the incident and they lost faith in me, and that's why they did not wait for me any longer. So that's it. Now, the Chandranath Devanath, that guy. Now, you informed me, you proposed to me over and over about that special service, and when I took it, why would you spread that thing uh, among all my classmates? Even there's a person, Anwar, something from Maman Singh. He was also our classmate from his school. Now he told Anwar about this, and they both came to visit me. And Anwar was asking me these questions like, "Have you taken this sort of service?" When I heard this question, I knew that it was Chandranath who informed him about this. So Anwar also had some hope, like he had sisters, and maybe in my estimation, he was also planning in the background to marry off one of his sisters to me. But he also quit on me at the same time when he came to know about this. Okay, enough with Chandranath Devanath. Let's talk about someone else. I said that whatever organization or company I go to work for, there is some Hindu person who come up and messes with me. Let's talk about Twitter publications back in 2011. There was a lady, a woman from Eden College. She was from the same intermediate batch. I mean, maybe she was the same age at me. Now this lady, I was for like would be working for any subject, physics, chemistry, math, but she was chosen only for math because she passed from Eden College Math Department. Now, at a time I had a policy that I did not say, for the first few days I said the prayers with other people in the office, but after a while, someone who introduced to the okay, just I stopped saying prayer. Okay. So in that time, like 5 to 7 minutes, what I did, I took rest. I took a break. Maybe I saw my mobile phone or something else. That means if the people who are saying prayers, they are not, they are busy for their personal matter, right? Because they are the sawab they were earning. They were earning them only for themselves, not for the company. So if they can have a moment of relaxation, then why couldn't I? So using that sense, what is that? I took a break in those 5 to 7 minutes. Now this lady, I have forgotten her name, Shapna or something, Hindu lady from Faridpur. She came to consult with a math problem. Hold on a moment. And see, it's almost the rainy season, and where I am standing, I'm afraid that there could be snakes around. That's why I'm taking a look. I do not want to be bit by them. Anyway, when she approached me, I simply said, "Not now. You will have to come a little later." This was okay. Whatever I said, it was okay. But in addition, I said, I hope you are not going to report that thing. So this is something I said extra, and because of this, possibly because of this sentence, he got hurt in the mind, and he reported me to the admin. So the admin called me. He said that this is like a family, the organization. and we are like siblings, so we got to have sympathy towards each other and lot of blah blah. So that's when I started avoiding her, and she also knew that once she reported me, uh, she knew that I wouldn't take her kindly. Okay, so she also avoided me. The enmity grew rather the enmity strengthened. Okay, there was even a feud quarrel in the office between her and me, and my image was colored because of her, and also there were reasons. Another person by name of Kokon from Kumilla, Muradnagar, he even yelled at me because of that thing, because he sided with that Hindu lady, and so Kokon misbehaved with me. There was an issue. I presented to the authority. I said, you got to uh, take actions about this, because if I have a problem with any colleague in particular, actually the authority is the one to settle that. Okay, and why would another colleague, would be siding with her and scold me or give me lecture, or maybe unload me? Unload means jhari mara. That means when you have maybe some grass. Wait a minute. When you hold a grudge against someone, and suppose you have frustration, when you take out the frustration on someone, in Bangla it's called charimara. So why would Kokon choose to do that? Mm, um, After siding with her. One thing was that my father-in-law told was proposing me for an about an technical job. He was asking me that you leave that writing job, you come to me, I will get you a technical job, electrical design, something in a consultancy firm, etc. That was reason that was pulling from my father-in-law, and this was pushing. A number of people turned against me. So the Kokon who misbehaved with me, and this Swapna lady who were against me, and also there was another person, Mr. Rofikul from Chuaranga. He was a proofreader, and he was a hater. The main reason of hating is that he got 10,000 taka of salary, whereas I received 30,000 taka. So see, because of this, because of the office situation, it was pushing, and my father-in-law who proposed to me, it was pulling. Because of the pushing and pulling, I decided to quit the job at Jupiter Publications after working for them for 8 months. So when I quit that job, I what I fell into deep financial trouble. My father-in-law was unable to give me that job, because actually that job was for the diploma engineers and not for someone from BUET. Because I believe in our days, possibly no such electrical design or drawing course was there. So maybe that's why unable. But I came to know currently they have in BUET Tripoli department, they have this electrical design and drafting course. Now let's talk about Panjiri. How Hindu people turned on me. First of all, they are the in charge of chemistry department, Bitika Rani Munshi, currently known as Bitika Rani Ghosh. Okay, she was 3 years older than me. I was like 32 or 33 years old back in 2012 or 2013, and she was 36 years old. But she got interested in me to have me as a boyfriend. Although I was married, but I didn't have problem to have her have another lady as girlfriend because I was not exactly in good terms with my wife and in-laws. There were many reasons. Like, see, one reason is that my father-in-law gave promised me for a job, and because of that promise, I quit that job at repeated publications. But after leaving the job, he couldn't do anything for me, so I was in deep trouble. My financial situation was very stressful. So because of these mistakes from my in-laws, and sometimes my wife, he was very misbehaving. That's why I didn't exactly have good relations with him. That's why I said that I didn't have a problem to have a girlfriend. But the thing is that Nitika Rani Munshi was not only interested uh, to have me as her boyfriend, but also uh, she thought that I was engaged in monetary corruption along with my reporting boss or the in charge of physics department, Said Bhai. So she, when she noticed the size of my bill, like over 2 lakh taka, she started thinking that this cannot be in the bill of a writer or freelancer. There must be something up. Maybe when the amount is taken, a fraction of it, maybe 30 to 40%, or maybe half of it, will be shared with Mr. Said, because they also did the same sort of corruption. When they prepared the writing bills, Ritika Rani Munshi and also geography in charge Nasir Sultana Munni, they also did the same thing. Okay, so because, and also the R&D chief was Sunil Kumar Dhar. I was not in good terms with him, because when he assigned me MCQ writing job for physics, intermediate physics, first paper possibly, because this time it was 2012, and the intermediate book will be the creative book will be published for the first time ever, and it was published first by Panjiri. That year lecture did not publish that book, but the following year they copied many contents of it. Okay, about the MCQ writing thing, there's a policy that about the learning outcome or chicken fall. If you use a particular info or learning outcome in one sort of MCQ, like simple MCQ, you are not supposed to use the same info or learning outcome in other types of MCQ, like multiple completion or situation set. But Sunil Kumar Thar, he did not give me proper instruction. Nobody gave me proper instruction for that. So I made that mistake, and after a few days, when Sunil found out about that, he became very furious, and he physically cornered me. That's because he was a bit of, he was devoid of common sense. That's why he physically cornered me. I was sitting near the English department where freelancers sit, and he was very close to me. He was standing, and it's like he would jump over me. So this was one kind of physical abuse. He didn't have that common sense because he was from such a locality, the home district, uh, where people actually they have some good points, but they have this sort of the lackings of common sense. Okay, so that's when I was, and also he not only did that, but he in front, insulted me in front of a junior Buetian, Riaz, who was from batch 06, chemical department, and the person Riaz was a classmate of Soumitra Sarkar, I just mentioned at the beginning of this video. Sunil Kumar Dhar went to him, and he pointed his finger at me and saying what should be done about him. What should be done about him. And এর কি করা উচিত যে এই কাজটা করছে আর কি. This is what he did. And even in the lunch room the same day, they were like, both of them, Riaz was definitely taller, 5'9" probably. And Sunil was also a little bit taller, like 5'7" or 8. And in the lunch room, the three of us, we did not find seats, so we stood and we were eating our lunch, like the bhat. But they were constantly looking at me. Maybe Sunil was furious. He was angry because he thought they did not follow. Okay, thing is that that could be a rule. But first of all, you got to give clear instructions before I start the work. Okay, if you come in the middle of the work and say this was the stipulation you did not follow, that would be totally strange. And also, Riaz was possibly watching the fun. So the both of them were staring at me, looking constantly instead of eating. I mean, eating was the secondary job, and staring at me or looking constantly seems to be the first job. So that's how Sunil humiliated me. Okay, and that's when I started hating her. Not, I mean, hating her because thing is that I didn't need him because in army or forces, what is the chain of command? Person takes command only from one person, right? One superior, and I didn't need to say him because my superior or reporting boss from whom I took my job was Said Bhai, Abu Said Bhai from Munshigans. So since I took all the instructions from him, why would I go to Shunil? Previously, I went to him once in a while, like how things were going on, but that's when I stopped seeing him no more because he misbehaved with me. Okay. And later, he understood that I was avoiding him, and he also did not try to contact him. And these were 1 or 2 years gone. But when they came up, the Bithi Munshi and Sunil, when they came up with the monetary corruption allegation, like even in a meeting, Sunil was definitely a bigger officer than Said Bhai was. So because he was the chief of R&D, the supervisor of all those departments. So when he openly alleged me and Said Bhai of that thing, monetary corruption, like you and Zakir, aren't you two engaged in monetary corruption? Aren't you manipulating things? That's when now it was totally, I mean, he declared a war against me. So that's when I clearly started hating him because I knew that in Panjari office it was Sunil Dhar and Bithi Munshi. They were actually the number one enemies. And they also, devastated my image. Even the guards, they knew about this thing, about this allegation, and they started looking at me with a creepy look. Okay. And Sunil was later became very powerful in that office. He even became director, which is why I was unable to continue working there because director means one of the shareholders. So they are the owners. So they decide who work for their organization and who don't. And Sunil was the reason why. Okay, I shouldn't be saying that any more time. Later, I got to Nabodut. Okay, and what happened at Nabodut? There was a lady from a Boetian from possibly 2016 or 2017 batch, a mechanical department named Megraha, and I was the referrer for her. I mean, when authority was frustrated that they were unable to recruit more people for mathematics department, I thought my job was permanent. So why not if I could? Why not help them find another Boetian? Okay, so that's when in the Buete Zakir course in that particular Facebook group, I made a post, and through that post, I collected a few CVs, and among them, No Boetian asked personal questions like how much salary I should be asking, etc. But Megraha did, and I advised her that this is the amount you should be asking for. If you ask anything more than that, then the chance of getting recruited would be slim. So she took my, you know, suggestion. That's why she got the job. And other people did not. There were five more people. The authorities said that only one person passed in the written test. I do not believe them because I was very weak in mathematics when I got recruited. If I could pass that exam, then any Bhutan could. It is just that they would not recruit more than one person. Maybe they did not have the capability. That's why now they are coming up with false things. So Megraha was, recruited. Okay. The thing is that actually I was the person behind her recruitment, but she seemed to avoid me, and she inclined to my antipathy, Mr. Obaidul, over and over. She knew that this guy Obaidul was from National University. He hardly knew any maths, but still. And later, what she did, she actually, at the point, I don't know what came into her mind. She started smiling at me in the office, dashing a smile. I mean, when she came out of the washroom, I was sitting in a position from where it was clearly seen. So when they opened the latch, it was a huge sound, and because of which, since I have very sensitive ear, look at the size of my ears, they are huge. So because of the sensitivity, I turned my head like this and was bound to see. If they made too much sound, a huge noise, I was bound to see who did that. Like from my position where I sat, it was possible. So, and I found that she was giving me dashing smiles. She and another lady, possibly named Shulata or something, widow lady. And I was like, why are they giving smiles? Like, are they interested in me or what? So this kept on month after month, and and then once I thought that I would be, let me have a shot. So I sent her an emoji in the messenger inbox, like a boy is kissing a girl, like here on the end here, and she was enjoying it. An emoji just. So maybe she used that emoji to get me out of. There were a number of reasons why authority got rid of me. First of all, in another video I said that I lost my job from Navadut because someone didn't know enough English. So in another video, please go ahead and find that, maybe on my Facebook page, or maybe Facebook profile, or maybe in the YouTube account. Okay. But this was also a reason, because the authority had to show a valid reason. Like, this is the reason we are sacking you. So although they did not state the exact reason, I also did not ask, because why would I dig into something ugly? So Megraha was the reason, possibly. He was partially responsible for my leaving from Navadut. I was the person behind her recruitment, and she just caused me harm. Why would she coming up with those dashing smiles? When I looked at her, it was simply coincidence, because they would open the washroom latch with a huge noise. So naturally, with sensitive hair like mine, I could turn my head. It doesn't mean that I was interested to see their face. Okay. Now what about Udbash? What happened there? Ratul, what? There's a person I have forgotten. Ratul Kormakar, Ratul Saha, etc. uh, teacher in the physics department with good looks. He also had nice behavior, but the problem is that about a certain mathematical problem, like a car was moving in the xy plane, I mean on the ground. So at what angle must and when when the car was moving, and although the rain was coming straight downwards, so at what angle would the rain hit the car? So in this case, you see, since they already mentioned the xy plane, which is on the ground, so the z-axis or z-axis is along the vertical, and the angle that you need to determine is with the vertical line with the z-axis. But Ratul did not understand that. He did not realize. I don't know. Maybe his mind was not working. He kept saying that it would be um, the angle would be with the x-axis. Why would with the x-axis or y-axis? It would not work. I even tried to show that even by drawing many sketches, but he would not listen. So there was a little bit dispute or bargain between him and me, and this was noted by many people who were present in the physics department that day, including the team leader, Mr. Dilshad. That's when he said this is an old math problem. We don't need to keep it. Let's get rid of it. And also, they preferred those best people. They preferred their teachers who take the classes. I could be one of those, but I did not go to the demo class because of a reason I will state later. So that's when Ratul was very stubborn. Like he would not. Maybe he did not do on purpose, but maybe he was simply unable to realize the situation. But previously, I had bad experience with many teachers. Like I found them very stubborn. So I made a post on a certain Facebook group of Boetians, because I know Boetians know maths and physics very well, very good. So I made a post. I wanted to know about their opinion, whether the angle should be determined with the x-axis or z-axis. And in the description, I mentioned the word stubborn, because I had to come up with a reason why I was asking help from them. What about the colleagues? Why didn't I consult them? That's why I use the word stubborn. Like all my colleagues, they are very stubborn. They always would claim that there's no mistake in the textbooks, because they previously worked for it in the writing and editing thing. Okay, so that's when because of that, many teachers they got very very angry with me. Previously, when I was dealing with a class 7 science circuit CQ, Mr. Dilshad told me that actually this is the verdict of all the bhaias, that means all the teachers. So I thought that they made a syndicate only to prove me wrong. So from that moment on, see, it was only one person from where the wrong explanation came. It was Mr. Fuad from Tripoli, 2021. But Mr. Dilshad presented in this fashion that bhaias, that means all the teachers. So that's when came words syndicate and stubborn came into my mind, that they are declining the truth only to prove that their book is okay. See, from that moment on, actually, my countdown on what from Udbash started, because it was only a matter of time before they would get rid of me. So it was again a Hindu person, Ratul something. I wonder, I'm surprised how soon I have forgotten his full name. Oh, Ratul Pal, now I remember. Okay. So you see, and also recently I have started somewhere else publications where to my right that's a Hindu person, and he also he's from National University again, the Pain, maybe from that department. He knows at least he's better than Obaidul because in two respects, Obaidul was from. I'm talking about the Nabudud guy who they keep in the as the in charge, and who were always against me. And I have talked about him in previous video. Now, this person in my current office, the Hindu person, is better than Obaidul in the sense that Obaidul was from commerce, marketing or accounting, that to pass normal pass course like Tapanababganj Government College, something like this. Later he did, maybe he did his masters in Habibullah Bahar College. You know about what sort of institution these things are. But although this person currently who sits to my right in my current office, he is a Hindu person. Although he is from Kabi Nazrul College, I have found that he has some, I mean, like as a national university person, he has enough knowledge in mathematics. He make good points. But the problem is that he chose to turn on me on the very first day. Like the SSC exam, the questions from all the boards, 8 or 9 questions, they solved all of them except one. The last one was left, Chittagong board. So they gave me that to solve. I solved that. It is my habit, or what I do is that after writing, I always check what I wrote for the purpose of revision. That way, I would be able to find most silly mistakes. But this person, the Hindu person, is insisting like I submit the paper right away. He was hurrying. There was apparently no hurry, but it was hurrying for me. Hey, make it quick, make it submit this right away. And because of him, I was unable to go through the whole writing script. And what happened? At the very first 2 marks questions, I made the mistake. Like the answer was supposed to be a set consisting of -1, 1 and 0, but I forgot about the 0. So they remember this thing when I joined at Navadut. The very first day I made a mistake. They gave me MCQ question for checking, and probably since I was not in touch with mathematics, so because in Panjiri I worked for physics, so I did not know about major arc and minor arc, and I did not know that any angle inscribed a major arc is actually an acute angle. So the misconception arose, and I made mistakes. So this thing was remembered by the Navadut National University people. So that's why I am pissed with the Hindu people. I find that no matter where I go, they always come along, and then they trick me. The reason? Possibly they hate me because of my first name, which I share with Zakir Naik, and he surely their enemy. They consider him as an enemy, like the Modi government. So maybe why they are interested to take me down. Anyhow, that's the reason why when Soumitra Sarkar from Buet 2006 batch chemical department sent me a friend request yesterday, I refused that. I did not block him, I simply deleted that friend request. Okay, so Soumitra, now you know it's nothing personal, it's that just that I have had bad experience with people from your religious community. That's all. Okay, have a great day.